Let me just start the problem we have right here. What we have is 2x plus x equals 30. Our job right here is solve for x. In order to solve for x, we need x by itself. And our answer has to be x equals to something. So x has to be equals to a number which we are looking for. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to leave the term 2x on the left side and move the 6 to the right side. How we move it, we can just subtract 6 on both sides. 6 gonna cancel out. Now we have 2x equals to 24. So 2 times a number equals 24. It's very clear that we have 2 times 12 equals 24. But how we show this in math is we're going to divide 2 on both sides to get x by itself. Then our result will be 24 over 2, which is 12. So our final answer will be x equals to 12. Now I want to give everybody one problem, so I want you to try it, and you give me your answer. You would understand, right? This is our nursing class. You definitely gonna understand that we need to test a person's body temperature. So can anybody tell me what's the temperature you cannot go to work? Because I heard something about the news. There's a degree or you think it is in Fahrenheit. Okay, what is the number a person cannot go to school or go to work? So while I'm waiting for your answers, I'm going to show how to solve the problem 3x plus 7 equals 40. Right, the first thing we're going to do is we leave 3x by itself. Do not touch a term with x. We have to have x terms on the left side. And we're going to move 7 to the right side by subtract 7. So we're going to have 3x. 7 cancels out. 40 minus 7, that's going to be 33. Multiplication will change to be division to do the opposite to solve x by itself. So now we're going to get x equals to 33 divided by 3, which give us 11 as our final answer. So let's follow 102 in Fahrenheit. So let's say I tell a person, if you're 102, you cannot come to class or go to work. But if the person is coming from a country which they don't know the Fahrenheit, so we have to tell them the degree. Here we give you a formula to do it. So the degree times 9 over 5 plus 32 equals to 102. So what we're doing is basically convert the Fahrenheit to the degree, then tells the person exactly what the number is. Now the major problem we have is the problem we did before. You see we have whole numbers, and the formula we get right here has a fraction right here. Fraction is very hard to dealing with. So the best idea we have is let's change this number into a decimal. So we can convert a fraction into a decimal. So I'm gonna just do a divide. That's gonna be 9 divided by 5. That's gonna be 4. It's definitely gonna be divisible because any number can be divided by 5. So that's gonna be 8. 40. So now I don't have to dealing with the fraction anymore. We are doing exactly the problem we just practiced. So that's give us, I'm gonna set up, this is my x, 1.8 is a coefficient in front, plus 32 equals to 102. We just have to solve for x, then tell the person what's the number he should understand or she should follow. All right, so let's solve that. So we do the same. We're gonna get x by itself. We're gonna subtract 32 on both sides. That's gonna be 1.8x equals to 70. In order to get x by itself, we just have to divide by 1.8 on both sides. Since it's just a practice, right? Let's give tens place to. So we're gonna run to the tens place. This means we have to do a division here. 70 divided by 1.8. So let's do that. So 70 divided by 1.8. We cannot divide it by a decimal number, so we're gonna move the decimal points. And at the same time, 1 to the right, 1 to the right. So we have 700 divided by 18. I'm gonna rewrite it. So we're gonna try 3. That's a 2. 1 times 3 is 3. That's going to be 5. So we do a subtract right here. So that's going to be 6. 6 subtract 5. 16. So 160. Then we use 8. 6. 4. And 1 times 8 is 8. That's going to be 14. So now it's 160. Subtract 144. That's going to be a 6. So we borrow right here. It's going to be 5 minus 4. That's going to be 1. So we are repeating 160. We need to bring one more 0 to continue do the division. Right, so we give a decimal point. We're gonna do the same on the top. Then we're gonna do we know that's gonna be 8, 8, 8 forever, because we're gonna keep on getting 160. Now we run to the tens place. Now the answer should be stop at tens place. And since 8 is bigger than 5, so we're gonna increase by 1. So it should be 38.9 degree. Let's use the same formula here, and you try it if the Fahrenheit is 104. All Right, we did 102, let's do 104 by yourself. X plus 32 equals to 104. Right, that's the 104 number we have. So you don't have to think about 9/5 anymore, since 1.8 is easier for us to solve the problem. So we follow the steps we have. The first step is leave the x term by itself, get rid of 32, subtract 32 on both sides. (32) cancels out. Now we have 1.8 x equals to 72. So now we divide it by 1.8 on both sides. Make sure you don't use calculator, right? You can check by your calculator, but you don't use it. Since we have take-home exam, I don't know if you use it or not use it, but make sure use the calculator. It's gonna very bad for your future. So we divide it by 1.8. So x equals to 72 divided by 1.8, because 1.8 cancels out. So 72 divided by 1.8. I see somebody has 40 as the answer. That means it is divisible. Right, so one way you can do it right here as a review. So I can times 10 right here, times the 10. So I'm dealing with the fractions right now. So that's going to be 720 and 18. Then I do the division. So that's going to be 720 divided by 18. It is 4 right here because that's 72. Right, 4 times 8 is 32. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. Now that's 0, 40. That's it. Now we have a problem. The problem is, how can we do inverse? If I know my degree, right? Let's say I have 36. Should it be okay? I can still take an airplane. I can still go to class. And what is the Fahrenheit for that? So now we have a degree. So my degree here is 36. Question is, From this example, now you understand, we just need one formula to solve any type of problems changing between Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius, right? So if you search online or you look at our textbook, there's two formulas, but this one is better to use because we have 1.8. It is not really a fraction, so it's a decimal number which we can easily use to solve the problem. So here we first just gonna substitute the number 36. So we're gonna have 1.8 times 36, then add the 32 to it. All right, so we're gonna do the multiplication first by order operation. So we're gonna do 1.8 times 36. So that's 6 times 8, 48. And 1 times 6, 6, that's going to be 1, 0. 3 times 8, 24. And 1 times the 3, that's going to be 3 plus 2, that's going to be 5. So we add up. That's 8, 4, 6. We count the decimal point 1, so we're gonna move decimal point 1 to the left because we have only 1. So that's always gonna happen when you count. You have to move to the left once. So from the multiplication, we get 64.8 plus 32 equals to, I'm gonna plus 32 right here. Right, that's gonna be 96.8.